a lot of skaters can't really separate themselves from the sport. And I've seen that in a lot of people who have gone on later in life and just haven't been able to go any other direction except skating. And for me, I think skating, at least up until all my struggles, was like my happy place. It was really an escape from my other life. It wasn't my life.
When I'm in the middle of my program and I make a mistake, it's really hard, especially depending on the program, because short program, there's only 3 jumps. So if you mess up one, you're automatically, you're goner. You're not placing. But long program, you can still get a medal if you mess up one jump, because there's 7 in my long. But it is really hard. And I will say, once I mess up one jump, it's usually the rest of the program goes bad. As bad as it is to say.
During COVID, I took an 8-month break. There were times where I just did not want to go back. I felt like all the work I was putting in wasn't getting me anywhere. And I was also very deep in a lot of different mental health issues during COVID from all the isolation and stuff that I didn't want to do much of anything anymore.
I do think that pressure is necessary to succeed in skating. Skaters do have to put pressure on themselves. Even from a beginner basic level, you have to have some level of self-motivation and self-determination, even to get the most basic skills. You have to have the motivation to do it, because even in basic elements, it takes a lot of trial and error and falling down and getting up. So you have to put pressure on yourself to keep trying.
I found that my life outside of skating and my life in skating could complement each other. So I really found the balance of enjoying the sport and then also using my experiences in skating to kind of translate into my own life outside of the sport. So in school, obviously, I learned great discipline from the sport. I learned great time management from the sport. So I've really found a different path out of that now. I want to obviously still stay involved in the sport going forward, but it's not my whole life. And I know who I am as a person outside of it. And I had to discover that through the struggle of when skating is hard, where do I go? What do I do? Who are my people that I have?
I lived an hour away from the rink growing up, so I would leave school a little bit early and still get to the rink and only be able to skate less than an hour. But all that driving, and then I would have over an hour drive back. It was 5 days a week of just lots of skating, and then when I was homeschooled, don't even get me started with that one. My weekends, I would go to bed early, not skip hanging out with people for longer, or even skip seeing people sometimes, just to go to bed early so that I could skate the next morning. This is all things that happen when you're a student athlete, so.
It's a sport that attracts perfectionists, and I think to get through skating, you have to change your perfectionism to instead be you being detail-oriented. Otherwise, you're going to be beating yourself up mid-program, and you can't bounce back within 5 seconds to continue on the rest if you're beating yourself up over it and taking it to affect your worth. Because ice is slippery, so you're going to make mistakes, and if you let it affect your worth, it's not going to work out well for you.
Pull this shoulder back. Yes. This shoulder back. You can rotate.
It's so interesting how everything in my life could be going well, but if I have a bad practice, it ruins my day, ruins how I think about myself sometimes. I'm trying to get better about it, and I have when I've gotten older, especially since I'm not like, this isn't my career or anything, but I definitely care too much.
In 2024, that first year in junior, I questioned all the time if it was worth it, if all the sacrifices I had made, and even more so, if all the investment that my parents had, and my grandparents and my coaches had poured into me, because the sport is not cheap. Unfortunately, it is, especially in the States, it's an arm and a leg. And I felt this kind of guilt of like, if I stopped skating, then it would been a waste of my parents' money. That was when I really started to question, is this worth it? And that was what would pull me back. It's like, I can't give up all of the years that I've put in.
I feel like anybody from the outside that would like look at my skating would be like, that was so good. But like, if I like popped a jump and didn't do the rotations, like, I know myself that's not good. And anybody who knows skating, that's not good. And it's like, no, you don't understand. Like, that was not like, I could do the jump, but I just didn't because I just wasn't focused enough.
A good skater, they can have all the elements, they can have the performance, but when they go out and they actually skate and they make a mistake, you can tell it on their face. You can tell it on their face, you can tell it on the way they go after, like the way they get off. You can tell it immediately. And the program loses the spark. That was a little steppy.
I think that one thing that sets a great skater apart from a good skater is when a skater is training the emotional side of their performance and the artistry, rather than just training their jumps, spins, footwork, going the extra mile to entertain the audience and the judges and make the audience feel something, definitely sets skaters apart.